Last question, Mala.
I understand from your talk that there are two fronts we should be attacking. One is people sitting in this room, or like you, most of us are living in this country, go to India for occasional visits. We can take the cause of trying to influence the political winds of this country to reduce the Christian influence coming from this country in a negative way towards India. But my opinion, just an opinion, that on the other front, where it should be tackled is going to be from India itself. So based on your book and also the defense services interest, there must be a solid partner in India who could take up the cause along with you and your friend who is a co-author and try to develop some kind of a dialogue, some kind of a activity from India
Yes.
to tackle this.
Yes, good point.
Now, unfortunately, we have become a society, we've become a civilization of followers rather than leaders. It's a problem. Everybody wants someone else to do it. So the problem, what I'm finding from India is a lot of cheerleaders, a lot of people wanting to cheer me rather than jump into the game and help me. A lot of people will clap and say, "Arey, wow, 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 great," like that, but they're not going to come and do it. You know, it's like if you've been to Mexico, the bullfight, when they have this bullfight, everybody is rooting for the bull. Because you see, the outcome is clear. The bull will be finished, the matador has got all this flamboyant stuff, he's going to win. If the bull is not putting up a good fight, they don't get their money's worth, because the match is over very quickly. But the bull who put up a real good fight, he goes, hits, and maybe even knock him off the horse and all that, ultimately he's going to be dead. But that bull gets applauded, a lot of cheers, people really cheer the bull. Because they feel that, they're getting their money's worth, it's exciting. So I feel that I am the bull being cheered. I feel that a lot of people think it is very exciting entertainment. When they come, they say, "Now we'll have a good show." This guy will say, "Oh, this guy, we go, wow." And so, but after that, they'll leave their email addresses. They will be interested for a little while. Their interest goes down, down, down because their passion goes away. I've been in it for 15 years. It's very difficult to get commitment, consistency, clarity, put their money where their mouth is, put their heart and energy where it is, take risks, stick their neck out. It's very difficult to get people, our people like that. They're all willing to sit in the stands and applaud and clap somebody else doing the show. This is the problem in India also. And therefore they think that this guy is NRI, will solve the problem sitting from America. Because Gandhi was also NRI, he did it in Africa. Like that they think, they got this kind of an idea. But they're just all going about it. Plus the material prosperity, which is very good for the nation, has also given a false complacency. There's this sense that, I'm driving this BMW. I have these friends who tell me that, we have our wine coming from France every week, and we are getting all this fancy stuff. There's this spa over here, and we're going to such and such place. Our kids are going to Harvard. They're into that, and they feel that therefore they've made it in their own personal life. And what is this thing called civilization you're talking about? Do we even need it? What is it anyway? We're all eating sushi, and we are all doing bhangra while eating sushi, and somebody's got bindi, and then they're also doing something else. So they're mixed up about the meaning of identity, the importance of identity. My own friends are like that. Many of my family are like that. So I don't think you can say that the people in India are all that together and got their act together. That's my concern about it.